Now, look, there'll be no more chewy on your boot when you go down the Gold Coast. Isn't that what they yell out when you're at the footy? Chewy on your boot if they're going to kick for a goal. There's a new gum removal vehicle. It's been signed up. It's in action down the coast, and it's part of the council's cleaning fleet. Neil Hodkinson is the managing director of the gum removal vehicle company. Joins us now. Hi, Neil.
Hi, Loretta. Appreciate your time.
Now, just tell us about this, why they've decided to bring this gum removal vehicle in. Is chewy a real problem on the coast?
Listen, chewy's a real problem everywhere, Loretta, worldwide. The Gold Coast is no worse than anywhere else. But they've invested a lot of time and energy in cleaning up the Gold Coast and in infrastructure, and they really just want to maintain it at its best. And by implementing the gum removal vehicle, it's a high-profile education system as well as the eradication system all in one box.
Tell us about the eradication system. What do you do with this van? Where do you go to remove this gum? Off the roads or off the footpaths?
Yeah. Basically, off the footpaths is the problem, White. We use vapor steam cleaning, so it means that we're only using 3 litres of water per hour. And that vapor steam just dissolves the chewing gum, and then we vacuum up that liquid. So we're leaving a surface completely dry, no mess. And as a consequence, it means that we can have the public actually come over and watch it being removed and see the efforts that the Gold Coast and all councils take to get rid of this pollution. And it is a mess.
Yeah. Well, what have you been using before this? What's been happening?
Generally, worldwide, they've been using high pressure, but of course all that does is roll the chewing gum off the pavement down into the storm drains.
Yeah.
I always reckon that's why Australia maybe has fish with such good teeth. But certainly they've had a nip at me on occasion. But vapor steam has been used as well environmentally. But what we've done is put it in a package that's a high-impact, highly visible unit with moving message boards front and back. We've got 3 square metres of billboard space built onto it for a council to carry anti-littering campaigns or possibly even a sponsor. Wouldn't it be great if Coles or Woolworths or one of the supermarkets were sponsoring chewing gum removal as a social benefit?
Where are you alerted as to where to go? How do you find out the trouble spots for gum?
Well, every council just about has a litter count on an annual basis. And for instance, in the UK and in Belfast, I'm just about to go to Northern Ireland. We've got our first export arriving there this week. And in Northern Ireland, 95% of the pavements have stains and chewing gum stuck on them.
Wow.
In Dublin, in Southern Ireland, there's 500 tonnes of chewing gum disposed of on the pavement rather than the bin every year.
500 tonnes. It's a pity we can't use it as road fill. It'd be quite handy, wouldn't it?
It would. It certainly would. But it's an issue worldwide, and we have now got interest from Malaysia, from Korea, from the US, from United Arab Emirates, as well as other parts of Europe as well. So we're going over. We're working with Tidy Northern Ireland, just as we have with Keep Australia Beautiful here. Rick Burnett, Laura, and the team have just been a fantastic help to us. In pointing us in the right direction, and they do a fantastic job. So we've got Tidy Northern Ireland, we've got Keep Britain Tidy, we've got meetings set up with them, and we're looking forward to an exciting few days.
Okay, let's keep it on the Gold Coast here, but in Australia, are we finding that people are chewing more gum? What we're hearing is that when people stop smoking, they do take up chewing gum. Has that become part of the problem where there's a lot more people chewing gum and just spitting it out on the streets and on the footpaths?
It certainly has. Chewing gum sales always go up whenever people are either going into a recession or are giving up cigarettes. And of course, once they start with the Nicorette, then the Nicorette turns into a regular habit with Wrigley's or one of the other manufacturers. And unfortunately, nobody, with the best will in the world, a lot of people go to the bin to put it in the bin, but once it hits the pavement, nobody bends over to pick up that piece of chewing gum.
Well, no, because if you're just walking along, you might see it and want to do that, but you got nothing to do it with.
Exactly, but even if people do it themselves, they will not even bend over to pick up their own chewing gum.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
And once it gets stuck onto the pavement, it just adheres so hard. And chewing gum just never deteriorates. It's in the environment forever.
Yeah, you could have had a fortune at my school. I reckon every single desk had about 4 chunks of chewing gum under it.
Oh, it's just
Schools, actually, it's something that we want to be doing is taking the gum removal vehicle into schools and showing children the effort that it takes and explaining to them the pollution that it causes.
That's the education process of the business.
Yeah, well, it's a great idea. So I look forward to seeing it on the roads down there on the coast, the gum removal vehicle, because the people won't be able to miss it. But it is a good idea. Neil, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for your interest and your time.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Good idea. And that's a bit innovative by the council there to do something like this.